back, y'all boys. I appreciate y'all tuning in to another video. Don't forget, just keep supporting. Join the Discord. Follow the TikTok. Sub up on YouTube. I'm gonna keep these videos coming. This video is gonna be a little different. Y'all asked me to make a video of my favorite fighters in every division. So you ask and you shall receive. So I'm gonna give y'all my favorite fighters, and I ain't gonna do honorable mentions. I'm just give y'all my favorite fighters. Why they're my favorite fighters, and it's gonna be that. But just know, I don't have the same favorite fighter that everyone has, bro. Everybody likes different things. So this is my list. You can let me know your list in the comments, and yeah, let's get into it. But first off, starting at women's strawweight, none other. It has to be Weili Zhang. Zhang Weili. I just love Weili. Watching Weili fight is just, especially for them lower weight classes. Her and Joanna, if she was still fighting, Joanna would be my favorite, but she's not. And she gained a lot of respect from me when she was able to beat Joanna, how she did it, the way she did, those wars that they put on. And those just unforgetting fights. Like, those fights are crazy that they had. And her being my favorite strawweight and woman fighter at the time, it was like, I can't not like this girl. She's been winning since, hasn't really lost to anybody except Rose. But Weili Zhang Weili, she is my favorite fighter at women's strawweight. Yeah, I didn't think I was gonna do women's, but hey, we're doing women's too. But moving up to women's flyweight, my favorite fighter in women's flyweight is Natalia Silva. Natalia Silva has been my favorite fighter for a while, since like 2022 when she burst onto the scene. She got some like crazy KO, spinning back kick KO. It was amazing, bro. And she's a warrior, man. Like, she's a warrior. Good Muay Thai, good Taekwondo. Like, she's the epitome of like a striker. Like, she's really a good striker. She has good anti-wrestling. It's not easy to back her up against the fence. And when you do back her up, bro, it's not easy to just hit her, because she has some sting on her punches. She has some pop. She hits hard. I think like just back up a kickboxer that's strong, that has like good kicking game, just back him up and pressure him low. Like Alessa Grasso tried that, failed. Like a lot. Andrade tried that, failed. And that was the scariest. Like, I was so scared in that fight. I thought Andrade was going to catch her, but she wasn't able to just do it. And Natalia Silva's ranked #1. She will be fighting for that belt soon. But moving on to women's bantamweight, my favorite fighter at women's bantamweight is Kayla Harrison. Kayla Harrison, just due to the fact because women's bantamweight is kind of shallow, doesn't have that many entertaining names or any entertaining fighters. But I have to go with Kayla Harrison because I love her story, man. Like, her adopting her sister's kids, having her own kids, like, it's just like, it's amazing. Like, Kayla Harrison, she's just such a stand-up person. She's a believer. So everything about Kayla just screams like champion, superstar, just lovable person. And if you don't know about her story, just go look into it. I can't get into it. I'll be talking for the whole duration of the video. But Kayla Harrison is my favorite fighter in women's bantamweight, and her being champ right now is just so much more sweeter, bro. I know the women's division ain't that many crazy names, so it's like kind of like basic. I think that would be some of the answers of everybody else. But we're finna get into the men's division, and y'all probably gonna be like, bro, like what, why, like what are you doing? But hey, it's my favorites. I'm just saying, everybody got different fighters. So starting off, men's flyweight. My favorite flyweight fighter is Brandon Moreno. It's Brandon Moreno just due to the fact that, I see it's just like a fighter later in the video. Y'all gonna see, like, I love a good underdog story. Like, when Brandon Moreno, he was losing. Like, Brandon Moreno was losing. He was really mid, and then something just snapped, and then he started just winning, and then he was just kind of like just down here, and then nobody like just saw him, and then he just burst onto the scene and had those fights with Figgy. Been a fan favorite ever since. And Brandon Moreno, he puts on wars. The flyweight division, once again, is really it's not that deep. It's kind of shallow, and seeing that it's not that many like big names is like kind of like, okay, you got Kakar, you got Brandon Moreno, Joshua Van, he's right there. Pantoja, he's my second favorite, but Moreno right now is my favorite flyweight. It'll either be him and Pantoja, excuse me, but I'm gonna put Brandon Moreno as my favorite flyweight. Moving up, you already know my favorite bantamweight, Merab Dvalishvili. It's so sweet and it's so good being a Merab fan, especially at this time, because I remember the Jose Aldo fight, bro. If you were being a Merab fan, gang, like, you were getting crucified. You see how bad John Jones getting crucified right now? Like, imagine that, but like times 10. Because that Jose Aldo fight, even though it's not his fault, Jose Aldo was just like just standing on the cage, not really trying to do anything. It's like that was a rough time, bro. And then the Yan fight, that really helped. That helped everything, though. Not everything. It helped a lot because he didn't finish Yan, but it's not easy to finish Yan. People just going decision merchant. Oh, but he 50-45 them, and a lot of people were quiet. Like everybody hated Merab, but it was like quiet hate. Like they wasn't just openly saying, "Oh, I hate Merab," because you know he's just 50-45 Peter Yan. At that time, Peter Yan, you know, everybody's like he was everybody's favorite fighter. You know, like Peter Yan is still probably majority of people's favorite fighter. So seeing Merab do that to him, especially being a underdog like he was, I was just like, bro, this feels so good, bro. And then, you know, I know he went on these decisions or whatever, but they weren't even bad fights. They were entertaining fights. Every fight doesn't need to be a finish to be entertaining, bro. Like I don't care about finishes like the next guy might. Like I like different styles. I don't want to see everybody just stand on the feet and just brawl and get at it like that. I don't want to see that, bro. I want to see people stand up, be technical, you know, be clean, be crisp, and just see like their skills. And everybody has individual skills in the UFC. That's what makes it so diverse and so good. So Merab Dvalishvili, he is my favorite bantamweight. Let's move on to featherweight. Ilia isn't at featherweight sadly anymore, so I can't put Ilia Topuria. But my favorite featherweight, I gotta go with Volk. It has to be Volk. Like I guess because I really don't have a favorite fighter at featherweight, if we're being real. But remember, it's my favorite fighter in every division. So if I had to have a favorite in that division, who would it be? It would have to be Volk. You know, Volk. How could you not love Volk, man? And like the only people I think that don't like Volk is Islam fans. I think that's it. Or yeah, Max fans too. Some Max fans, like not all Max fans, but some Max fans don't like Volk. But Volk is my favorite featherweight because dude, he is a featherweight gold, by the way. Like I think it's clear now. It should be clear. But I mean, a lot of people hold some weight on WEC. I don't hold that much weight. I hold some, but not that much because it's different. But Volk, just how dominant he is, such a stand-up guy. The cooking videos too, man. It's like I ain't gonna lie. One thing I gotta do before I leave this earth, I gotta eat with Volk. I gotta eat with Volk, bro. I gotta eat with Volk. I gotta like do a cooking with Volk. Like that's something I have to do. Like, bro, be getting after it, like outside in the kitchen, wherever, bro. He gets after it, bro. Like, but that's just add on, man. I love Volk. Volk is my favorite featherweight. He's just a stand-up guy. How could you not love Volk, bro? Moving on to lightweight, my favorite lightweight is Ilia Topuria. It's a close race between him and Justin Gaethje, but I give it to Ilia because like I ain't gonna lie, like Merab winning and doing all this winning, he just finished on O'Malley. It kind of got me feeling like I'm Georgian. I ain't gonna lie to you, it kind of got me feeling like I'm Georgian, bro. So I'm like, and my Georgian fans, like they've been saying like Osama is Georgian, like you're Georgian. So now I ain't gonna lie, they in my head, I'm a little diluted, so I'm Georgian, bro. So I got some Georgian bias. But Ilia Topuria, I'll just decide Ilia Topuria. Just stand-up guy, you know, a believer. Really fights like crazy. Like, bro, to KO Volk and Max in the same calendar year, just months apart, is crazy, bro. It's crazy. Like, it's an impressive feat. And if he's able to KO Charles Oliveira, which is not, you know, not out of the realm of possibility, is kind of likely. I ain't gonna lie, that's the greatest 3-fight run of all time. KO over greats of their own divisions. Like, that's crazy because Charles is a top 3 lightweight. So looking at it, if you KO on top 3 all-time fighters in each division, like he's already a superstar, bro. They promote Ilia the right way, even though they don't really promote like how they should. But if they did, you would see how Ilia like star power is. But you can see it either way it goes. Ilia is a star, bro. Ilia is him. Like Ilia is him. And looking at it, bro, I ain't seeing nobody beating Ilia soon, bro. Like his, I don't want to get into that because this is a video about my favorites, but I ain't gonna lie, I don't see nobody beating Ilia soon. But that's a different conversation. But my favorite lightweight is Ilia Topuria. Moving on to welterweight. I know y'all gonna get on me for this, bro, but y'all know I can't switch up. And if you've been here for the ride, you already know that the ups and downs come, and I've been getting in not my whole life, but the whole time I've been making videos. But my favorite welterweight is Leon Edwards. I know y'all like, bro, why do you like Leon, bro? What's good about Leon? Leon sucks. Bro, once again, I tell you, I love technicality. If you don't know, I did train. So me seeing that, I'm like, okay, I see what he's doing. You know, he's not the most entertaining fighter. I understand that. But at a technical standpoint, he's like the most technical in the UFC. But him sometimes being that technical doesn't always lead to, you know, winning, because he's passive at times. And I get why that's why he gets a lot of hate. You know, he did have a lot of decisions. You know, he does have like an 8-second KO though, so don't get that misconstrued. Against who, I already know what I was gonna say. But anyway, Leon is my favorite welterweight due to the fact that he had that underdog story as well. He was at that point like Brandon Moreno, you know, it was kind of at that point as well. He was just at the bottom, you know, he lost, and then he had won, and then he lost again, and then it was kind of like a controversial loss. And when he lost, it's like something just clicked, and Leon was like, you know, he locked in, and then he just started winning, and then he eventually got to the title, and people were like, the fuck, like, fuck is Leon? And then I can't forget, they removed him from the rankings as well. You know, when all the fights kept falling through, they removed him from the rankings. So for him to go through all that and still become champion and defend it, it was an impressive feat, bro. And especially for me being there and just seeing like how he was able to do it, and then what it meant to him when it did happen. Because you can't forget, Usman was dominating this man, bro. And for him to pull it out of the fire and just get a KO like that, it was impressive. And it was something that, like, that's my happiest moment in MMA history ever. Like, if I was doing content back then and I did my reaction, bro, y'all probably would have thought I was like a little, you know, slow, like for real. Because it was just something like, it was impressive. You know, I'm in high school at this point, so I'm standing up and I'm watching the fights, and it's like, I got school in the morning, so I can't, and then people got work. I can't be loud and be crazy because what just happened. But I ain't gonna lie, like I lost it, bro. Like I really lost it. And you know, now it's like, I understand he's on a 2-fight skid, lost to the former champ and somebody who's ranked number 2 right now, who's really the number 1 contender. But due to the fact that Bilal just lost, he's gonna move, you know, in front of him, and Bilal did beat him. But it was on short notice. I ain't making excuses at all, but it's just, you know, it's so unfortunate because Leon, he doesn't duck fights. He wanted to fight Islam. He didn't turn down any fights. Hamza, he didn't turn down any fights, bro. That's one thing you can't say Leon ducks fights. Now, say what you want about him having a boring fighting style. Like, I understand that. Like, I totally understand, especially from a perspective where people don't really care about technicality. They don't care about how, you know, things work, how fundamentals are striking, how, you know, the mind works when it comes to these things. I understand it. Like, people want to see people go in there and just slug it out. They want to see blood. They want to see people get knocked out. I understand that, bro. Like, trust me. Like Ilir Topuria is one of my favorite fighters. So I understand it. And moving to the next division, Dricus Du Plessis is my favorite middleweight. But yes, Leon is my favorite welterweight. Dricus is my favorite middleweight, bro. You know, Dricus, I ain't gonna say he just came out of nowhere, because when he got in the UFC, he was just finishing everybody. And then he was just finishing everybody. And then he had this, like, you know, he had something surrounding him where it was like, bro, this dude sucks. Like, he sucks. Like, look how he fights. How does he keep winning? Like, the narrative was, he's big, he's sloppy, but he hits like a truck. Like, people were genuinely like confused, like how Dricus kept winning. People thought he was like doing witchcraft. Like, for real, people thought he was doing witchcraft. I'm like, dude, how is he winning? He's like, he sucks. He's not good. Even fighters like was saying he's like really bad, but he's not really bad. Dricus Du Plessis is really good, like everywhere. You know, it might not look pretty, but everything doesn't have to look pretty for it to work. You know, and me, I'm a fan of pretty strikers, so that's coming from me. So Dricus Du Plessis, you know, when he got his shot, granted, I did think he lost the Strickland fight off first glance. Then going back and rewatching, I can see how they gave him 2, 3, 4. So I understand. But I'm looking at it and I'm thinking, like, bro, Dricus is like, he's the top 3 middleweight right now, and that's only with 2 title defenses over Strickland and Izzy. And he beats Hamza out, has this 3rd. We're gonna have some conversations, gang. There's gonna be some conversations being had, especially if he finishes Hamza. Just saying, bro. Like, it's like Dricus is that guy, bro. And you gotta give Dricus his respect. You don't gotta like him, you know. You can hate him, whatever, but you gotta give him his respect. But Dricus Du Plessis is my favorite middleweight. My favorite light heavyweight, it's hard because I really don't have a favorite light heavyweight, but I guess if I had to pick one, it would be Alex Pereira, I guess, because, I mean, why not? I don't have a favorite light heavyweight, so I guess it'll be Alex. Like, fun style, he went on a crazy run, you know. Granted, I know it was all like strikers and favorable matchups, but it's MMA. It's not his fault that they didn't want to shoot a takedown or try to like hold him down or sub him. But some did. But you know what he was able to do in that impressive form last year, 3 title defenses, the most title defenses in 60. He had 3 defenses in, like, what was it, 100 some days. Yeah, he had like 3 defenses in 100 some days. That's impressive, bro. Because he was just saving card after card, turning around, fighting, and finishing everybody. He had 3 knockouts. He knocked out Yuri, knocked out Jamal, knocked out Khalil. Like it was impressive, bro. So I guess I'll put Alex Perez as my favorite light heavyweight. And heavyweight, capping it off, really don't have a favorite heavyweight if I'm being completely honest. Like not at the moment anyway, but my favorite heavyweight is Ciryl Gane. Ciryl Gane is my favorite due to the fact that, like, you know, I'm not a crazy fan of heavyweights, but like I said, I'm a fan of technical, crisp, beautiful strikers. And Ciryl Gane, you know, granted, I know like his last fight, he probably got gifted that decision, but he did win. And you know, he was able to, like, watching him like come up, he was like, he didn't show any flaws really, bro. He didn't really show any flaws until the Francis fight, you know, because he was just stopping, you know, he was like 50-45 Volkov. That was a great performance. Like, he turned Francis into a D1 wrestler. Like, I'm telling you, bro, that was an impressive feat at the time, especially due to Francis Ngannou, bro. Like, he was cooking Francis on the feet. And Francis, you know, it's MMA. You got to use a well-rounded, you know, arsenal. And that's what Francis did to win that fight. And also, Ciryl Gane is kind of like, he jumped for that heel hook, so he kind of like messed everything up. But yeah, Ciryl Gane, my favorite heavyweight. I was delusional, like crazy delusional, like a while ago, because I was like, after he lost to John Jones, it was like kind of bittersweet, because like John Jones got me into fighting, so it's like, I was like, it's kind of weird, but yeah, I don't really care about it now, but it was kind of weird at the moment. I was kind of like stuck, like, am I really happy? But then it was like, Ciryl Gane just lost, bro. It's one of your favorite heavyweights, right? But yes, that's my list, bro. Y'all just let me know what else y'all want me to do. If y'all want me to do a top 10, y'all want me to do an updated pound for pound. If y'all want me to do, like, whatever y'all want me to do, I got y'all. I'm gonna just keep these videos coming. Y'all let me know what else y'all want and whatever y'all want, and I'm gonna try to do my best to just get it out. I'm trying to just stay like crazy consistent, crazy active on YouTube, and yeah, I just keep showing support. And bro, I love y'all boys, and as always, I'll see y'all on the next one.